Joseph Liacono, I hope I didn't butcher that, Joseph, says, what movies have left you shaking your head wondering what you just saw? For me, it's The Tree of Life and Yellow Submarine.
Well, I mean, this year, Transformers 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally was like, what did... Because I honestly thought, I didn't really see a movie. That wasn't a movie. That was kind of a bunch of scenes that were kind of stitched together that they like, okay, we're going to have this scene, but then somehow we need to marry it to this scene. Like, there's no real story there. They just want, you know, let's put this product placement here, and let's put this visual effect here, and so...
Let's put this young girl's body over here.
Yeah.
Michael Bay says.
from the...
this shot up,
Yeah, so that was the last one that I thought, wow, what did I just see?
How did that happen, is what I thought.
Any others?
Yeah. I agree with Transformers Age of Extinction. The other one that baffled me this year, and I can't remember the name of it, maybe someone will help me, Paul Haggis directed it. And it had James Franco and Maria Bello and Adrian Brody. I mean, it had this amazing, Liam Neeson is the star. Someone help me with the title.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay, but this movie makes no sense. You won't know what's going on. You won't understand anything in it. There's a lot of false narratives and false endings. And I actually talked to Paul Haggis himself, and he said that's what he was going for.
Right.
He wanted people to leave the theater arguing, saying, being upset and saying, what did I see? I don't understand this.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's the best thing as a filmmaker that you want to be going for, but if that's the effect he wanted, he got it, because I've never been to a press screening before where literally someone turned to me during the end credits and said, wait, what just happened? Was that, did this happen? I don't want to give anything away, but does this and da-da-da? And I said, yeah, I don't know. And people were arguing outside of the theater.
That's
like,
cool.
What did we just see? I don't get it.
I like that. I like a movie that leaves me going,
Did you see it?
what
Did
just
you see
happened?
the Paul Haggis?
No,
Okay.
now I'm going to, just
Yeah,
to see if I can figure it out,
Yeah.
which obviously is not the intention. The intention is to not figure it out. But another one I saw that left me going, what did I just see, but in a good way, was Under the Skin. And that film is so different and just really out there. Scarlett Johansson, I took one of my good friends who is not used to seeing experimental cinema, and she, during it, was like, what's going on? I'm scared, because you see some really disturbing images. But I really like a film that makes you think.
Chris Lee, how about you?
Jersey Boys.
Oh, yeah.
I was so looking forward to that because, yes, I love me a musical, and I've seen Jersey Boys so many times, and my best friend and I walked out of the theater and was like, what did we just watch? It was so sadly disappointing.
Aw,
All right,
I
what's
agree.
next?
All right, Sebastian Culligan wants to know, what's your favorite heist movie? His is the original Italian Job.
Ooh, I like a Ocean's 11 type thing.
Ocean's 11
Yeah,
is
with
good.
The first
Rainy.
Thomas Crown Affair count as a
Yeah.
heist movie?
Yeah.
It does,
Wow.
right? Yeah.
I actually
go
like the
Steve McQueen,
remake.
Thomas Crown Affair. No, the remake's fantastic
Yeah,
with Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
And they're both great movies.
They
And
are.
they're different, but the same, but totally different.
One that people have mixed feelings about is actually the score. Did you ever see the score with Robert De Niro,
with De Niro and Ed Norton.
That's the one I was just
Brando.
trying to think of the name of.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Oh, I like
It's
that
funny
one.
because you have
So
those
good.
three acting heavyweights, and actually Edward Norton's the one who actually steals the show.
Right.
Steals
in
it.
that
Yeah.
one. It's not like absolutely fantastic, but I really enjoyed that one. I'm trying to think of
I like
other
the
ones.
Bank Job as
Bank
well.
Job,
Bank
too.
Job's
The best
great.
Yeah.
I've ever
And the
seen
Italian
Statham.
Job remake was good.
Italian Job
Yeah.
remake. And could you call something like To Catch a Thief a heist
Catch a Thief?
film? Is more of a thriller, but I just love
but I
things
love To
Hitchcock.
Catch a Thief. I love
Yeah.
To Catch a Thief.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's more
Yeah.
that we can't think of at the top of our head, but
Yeah.
those are the ones
Yeah.
that we're thinking of. So what's next?
What is next is Julie Storin wants to know if we will ever visit Middle Earth after the Battle of Five Armies.
I sure hope not.
You never know.
I
with
don't
Peter
think
Jackson.
so. I think it's kind of run its course after
yeah.
this final movie.
I mean, I think the Warner Brothers would definitely want that because that's the only reason The Hobbit got made in the first place, because we
Makes the
need this
money.
franchise and this thing made money and let's do more. I think they've run out of material unless they start just creating their own material with the characters, which they could. I think there'll be a lot of Tolkien fans that'd be upset about that. But they totally could do it. But at the same time, these past Hobbit films have not done as well as the Lord of the Rings series, and even I think each Hobbit film does a little, there's a little less anticipation for it. It's kind of like, oh, another one of those coming this Christmas. So I think the franchise might be running out of steam, and if it runs out of steam, then they're not going to try to do it. But if it doesn't, then Warner Brothers will put more money into it and maybe come up with something else. I don't know.
And then maybe like 30 years from now, they're going to reboot it and have a brand new Lord of the... They will.
It'll be like 5 years from now. They're not going to 30. It'll be like 5 years from now.
Remaster it, you know, with better special effects. I remember talking to Orlando Bloom at Comic-Con, and I said, you know, you thought you were saying goodbye to your character at the end of Lord of the Rings, and then this happens. Do you really believe him when Peter Jackson says, this is it, this is the end? He's like, I believe him, but I'm not sure, because Peter Jackson can always come up with something new. And yeah, I'm sure the studio would love it to continue, but the material isn't there, so I think it will be the end.
And I think there was enough material for 3 Hobbit movies.
Yeah.
I mean, there was really enough material for 1 Hobbit movie, you know, or maybe 2, but 3, yeah, so.
A lot of walking.
A lot of walking.
Too much walking.
A lot of dwarfs.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
This is almost an unfair question, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Okay.
Joseph wants to know, Pulp Fiction or Goodfellas?
Oh.
Told you it was unfair.
You know what? Actually, that's easy for me.
Wow.
That's easy for me. It's
well,
Goodfellas.
You go Goodfellas.
Goodfellas is actually my favorite movie of all time. And actually,
Really?
Pulp Fiction is not my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. I actually like a bunch of his other stuff more. So
I agree.
For me, Pulp Fiction is not on the upper tier of Tarantino.
Oh, it's hard, yeah, because I think Goodfellas is a better movie, but Pulp Fiction I have more an affinity with. That is my favorite Tarantino film because it was my first, and it was like, who is this guy and how did I not know about him? And then I went back and watched Reservoir Dogs. So I would choose Pulp Fiction just because I personally love that one.
Yeah, it's a Sophie's choice. It's such a tough call. Pulp Fiction is, I agree, it's now not my favorite Tarantino movie. I mean, I think Inglourious Basterds is maybe his favorite, his best. Loved Django, and I love Jackie Brown. I think Jackie Brown's an underrated Tarantino. That being said, it was my first Tarantino movie, and it was like, what is going on? And I was a young kid, and I saw it like 6 times in the theaters because I just, you know, loved it so much. So, whoa!
Ruining things in the studio.
That's Tarantino that did that.
Yeah.
The ghost of Tarantino.
He's like, you better choose Pulp Fiction.
I would go with Goodfellas.
Okay. I also think, even though I love Goodfellas a lot more, I think Pulp Fiction is actually the more influential film because it kind of helped start that whole indie film movement back in the 90s.
And the non-linear way of telling the story.
And there were so many Tarantino copycats after that.
Oh, yeah. And so many great quotes from that movie, too.
Yeah. All right, let's do one more question.
All right, one more. Last one's from Jonathan Bell, who says, since no one seems to want to make a female-led superhero movie, would it be better to just have a female supervillain first?
Oh.
They tried that. Catwoman. Didn't work.
Yeah, I think a superhero is best. I think Black Widow is probably your best bet right now because it's already been she's already been established in Avengers and also in Captain America 2, and it has someone who's a huge star as the lead role. So that's I think the first one, and it can be successful. What about you guys?
I would love to see supervillain as well as a superhero. Can I choose both?
You can.
Yeah, because I think supervillain would be really interesting if you get a good script and unlike Catwoman, and you make a really interesting 3-dimensional character and you hire a great actress. That would be fascinating.
Yeah, it'd be fascinating. And they kind of did that with Maleficent. Obviously not superheroes.
They gave her a backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be really neat to see do that. I don't think that'll happen. I agree with you. I think Black Widow is probably the best bet.
Yeah.
And obviously they're going to try to launch Wonder Woman, so wait and see about that. And
Sony,
I think it could definitely work with, you know, the right character and the right actress, and, you know, it's all about the material. But Wonder Woman's got to be, you know, I mean, she's the most famous female superhero of all time. They got to try to do that right.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.